Star Wars Unlimited, new sets, we're already getting spoilers. Set 2 didn't do too much, but Spark of the Rebellion is still the strongest set we've seen out of the two. Begun the Clone Wars have. Let's talk about what's coming. Hey guys, it's Kevin from Cadets Toys and Comics. We're talking Star Wars Unlimited. It's a really young game, we're only 2 sets in, but there's still a lot to talk about. The second set didn't really do a whole ton to the competitive meta, and there's been 2 leaders at the top for a while, Sabine Ren and Boba Fett. I think the third set's going to shake things up a bit. Namely, we have to pay attention to the leaders that were already revealed to us. Ahsoka Tano and General Grievous. They're in the same colors as Sabine Ren and Boba Fett, so it's a really natural evolution to what we're already playing. But I think there's a few more things we can look at. Anyone who's watched Star Wars knows that droids are a big part of it. And General Grievous is already showing us that we're going to care about droids going forward. There hasn't been a card in either of the sets that has really cared about droids yet, but General Grievous does. Of note, we have Phase 3 Dark Trooper out of the second set that is a droid, in addition to being very good, and already getting in the way of several aggressive decks. While it seems weird to have that kind of a droid slotted in, we can give other things Sentinel with Grievous. These Dark Troopers already have Sentinel. We're building up a very strong defensive base here. Boba Fett's already trying to be the control deck, and since Boba Fett and Grievous share colors, it's going to be a very easy transition if Grievous is as good as I think he's going to be. The other shared color that we see is between Sabine Ren and Ahsoka Tano. This is a very aggressive color set. Sabine's been topping meta charts for a while now with how aggressive she's been. So again, an easy transition. However, this time we're seeing it with more troopers and possibly even Jedi. There's a lot of Jedi running around the Clone Wars, which means that a bunch of the Force abilities we've seen before might come to fruition here. Something as simple as Force Throw. It's a card that really hasn't done much yet because we don't have the Jedi available to us. But Ahsoka's in red. We got Anakin Skywalker revealed to us in red. Why not use Force Throw here? A lot of the really good Force abilities, though, are in Villainy. It's been hard to fit those in because Villainy naturally has less Force users. The rule of 2 with the Sith is coming back to bite them. We did get Darth Maul and Asajj Ventress revealed to us, though, and that means we might be able to fit in Force Choke and Force Lightning, 2 really strong cards that don't have a home yet. While I don't know necessarily what leader is going to lead that, the cards are here for us. Let's go find a place for them. The other part of this are the upgrades. We've seen upgrades be okay. There's been a few that have stuck out, like the Darksaber, especially in The Mandalorian. But there's a few that have gone unnoticed, mostly the lightsabers. They all want a Force unit to be able to attach themselves to, and like I said before, there just haven't been a lot of Force users. The Clone Wars era changes that. We're going to see a lot of Jedi. So let's make use of these sabers, and maybe we'll even get a few more good ones. Another thing we really want to pay attention to is the coordinate keyword. Whenever we see a keyword in any of these card games that wants us to count the number of characters or units or creatures that we have, that ends up being a very powerful mechanic into the future. We see Ahsoka with coordinate, we see Anakin with coordinate, we've seen a lot of other clone troopers with coordinate. Let's keep that in the forefront, because these aggressive decks go wide very quickly, so you're going to have coordinate for the majority of the game. They might have more battle droids than you, but that doesn't mean that you don't have coordinate. You're going to be bigger, you're going to be slightly faster. I think it'll get there. Kind of a fringe one, but I think we should keep an eye on Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra is a very unique card that is looking at your discard pile constantly. It's also putting things in your discard pile constantly. Harkening back to other card games, whenever there is a deck that cares about your discard pile this much, we have to pay attention to it. It is incredibly powerful. There's not a lot of cards that are turning on Dr. Aphra right now, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get them, especially with the idea of droids and going to the junkyard. I think Dr. Aphra will be way stronger than any of us are anticipating. That's what I think is coming down the trench for Star Wars Unlimited. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what you think is coming down the trench. If you like content like this, subscribe for more and leave us a like. Make sure you check out CadetToys.com, pick up those starter decks, and I'll see you in the Clone Wars.